Discovery during the Renaissance. Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus, a native of Genoa, traveled to Portugal in 1476. He had a theory based on inaccurate understanding of the distance involved that Asia could easily be reached by sailing west. This would provide enormous benefits because the Muslims, the Ottoman Empire, controlled trade routes to the east and taxed Christians heavily. The Portuguese monarchs, however, rejected Columbus's proposal of sailing west. Eventually, Columbus received support for his plan from Ferdinand and Isabel of Spain. Setting sail in 1492, Columbus sailed across the Atlantic Ocean and reached a small island in October 1492. He named it San Salvador and then traveled along the coast of present-day Dominican Republic and Haiti. He then returned to Spain and announced that he was successful in finding Asia due to his make-believe that islands were part of India instead of the new continent. In the course of his life, Columbus would launch more voyages and explore Venezuela and Honduras. Finally, he would be appointed by the Spanish king as governor of West Indies. Unfortunately, though a great sailor, he was proved an unskillful and uncorrupted governor, so his governorship was revoked. Columbus finally died in 1506. Marco Polo. The Polo family helped conduct trade in Asia. At the time, Asia was an important trade because Christians who knew writing, science, math, music, and holy oil from the lamp that burns above the sepulchre of God in Jerusalem. When they returned, they did not bring back the Christians that Kublai wanted, but they did bring Marco Polo with them. The land journey to China lasted 4 years, but they finally reached the Mongol Chinese capital, Xandu, in 1271. The young Polo soon became a favorite of Kublai Khan. After Polo mastered the Chinese language and learned more about Chinese culture, Kublai used him as a special envoy to Burma and Tibet. Polo was later promoted to Kublai's Privy Council and then served as a tax inspector of the Chinese city. The Polos would stay in China for a total of 17 years, and during this time, Marco learned a lot about Chinese culture and the history of the Mongol Empire. Vasco da Gama. Born in Portugal in 1460, Vasco da Gama joined the increasingly powerful Portuguese Navy and learned the navigational skills that were so important for the rest of his life. Meanwhile, Europe, now in the age of exploration, continued to make new discoveries. For example, the explorer Bartolomeo Diaz discovered the southern tip of Africa, which proved the Atlantic and Indian Oceans were connected. This made King Manuel of Portugal want to find a direct trade route to India, because of the various commercial benefits it would endow upon his country. So da Gama set out in 1497 to find this very route. For months after he set out, he rounded the Cape of Good Hope and arrived in the city of Calicut in India in 1498. Despite being welcomed by the local Hindu king, da Gama was not embraced by the Muslim merchants, but they felt that the arrival of Europeans would threaten their commercial interest. Because of this, da Gama left after only 3 months in India. Ferdinand Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan was a Portuguese explorer who organized a Spanish expedition to the East Indies from 1519 to 1522, resulting in the first circumnavigation of the Earth. Born into a Portuguese noble family in around 1480, Magellan was a skilled sailor and naval officer and was eventually selected by King Charles I of Spain to search for a western route to the Maluku Islands. Commanding a fleet of 5 vessels, he headed south through the Atlantic Ocean to past the Strait of Magellan to body of water named the Peaceful Sea. Despite a series of storms and mutinies, the expedition reached the Spice Islands in 1521. Herman Cortez. Herman Cortez was a Spanish conquistador who led an expedition that caused the fall of the Aztec Empire and brought large portions of what is now mainland Mexico under the rule of King of Castile in the early 16th century. Cortez was part of a generation of Spanish colonizers who began the first phase of Spanish colonization of the Americas. Born in Magellan, Spain, to a family of lesser nobility, Cortez chose to pursue adventure and riches in the New World. He went to Hispaniola and later to Cuba, where he received an encomienda For a short time, he served as an alcalde, a magistrate, or the second Spanish town founded on the island. Please like, subscribe, and share down below. Edited by Ethan Matthews, created by Ethan Matthews.